Paige? Wake up! God. She does not even work around here. And, something smells like chemicals. It might be my hair. Our Bumble worsted sock base, or yarn base. It is not sock. It is worsted. Feet with my new bag. The bag that I like. Yes, this is a new bag. Sorry, what am I saying? Yes, my new bag. Just so easy to knit with too. But yes, I am trying. Hi everybody, and welcome to Caught in the Wool episode 21. I am your host, SamBee, and my co-host, Peach, is just sitting in front of the picture window like nothing is going on. Today is the 21st episode, and I mean, I've been on a roll, you guys. Like, I have been podcasting pretty much every week. It's awesome. Let's see how long I can keep that up for, because I have been kind of unreliable in the past. But yeah, I planned to podcast today. This wasn't a spur of the moment podcast. But the crazy thing is that I did not write down like a script. And when I say script, I mean like it's just a list of things I need to remember to talk about. So let's see how this goes. I may say a lot. I may space out a bit. I may have to go and get more coffee at some point. We will see. Also, for those of you who have been catching up with me lately, you will know that my camera does not have a timer on the screen, so I will not know what time it is. Oh my gosh, I'll remember this time. We're gonna put a timer on my phone so we can see what time we're at. Technology. We got this. What app is that? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, stopwatch. There we go. So yeah, it is February 2020. I literally did not like even notice January. It was here and then it was gone, and I'm sorry, I'm rubbing my face. I'm wearing makeup. Obviously, I do not always look this good without it. But I'm not used to wearing makeup. So sometimes it feels like things are on my face and I will rub at them or try to brush them away. And I don't know if it's like a piece of stray wool stuck to my face or if it's just the makeup that I am not used to. So we will see. Now you know why I might be like brushing my face and what have you. Also, I realized like last minute I should bring out my lights. My lights are okay. They're like just photography lights, and you guys might be like, wow, like camcorder lights, what the heck is going on? Like, this is just a knitting podcast, but it really does make a difference, because if I don't have the lights and I keep looking at my one light, I didn't put up the other one because I have light from the window. But anyways, I'm getting off track. I am getting off track. You need the lights because otherwise you can't see anything well. And that's not good at all. And something smells like chemicals. That might be my hair. Cutting that out. Actually, I'm not gonna cut that out. The chemical smell might be because I tried to remove the brassiness from my hair. I use like purple shampoo because I'm not a natural blonde, but I think even natural blondes need to do that to remove the brassiness. And it really dries out your hair, so then I put in a bunch of other stuff, and I think it's just all kind of making like a weird smell. You guys, this is a real life podcast. This is about real life. Anyways, I use the photography lights because it helps us all see yarn better. And since this is all very new setup in the new house and everything, the big picture window in the living room where I'm at right now is great for podcasting, but it, my camera casts a bit of a shadow. I don't know if you can like see. Sorry, I'm looking at myself in the little camera thing. I think the light is helping, but in episode 20, I noticed that the shadow was very bad. So I brought out the light to see if that helps this time. I am sorry this is craziness today. It's February. January literally just flew by, and now it's tax season. And literally it's the worst part of owning your own business is doing taxes, because calculating expenses, if you're not doing it all throughout the year and then you wait until tax season to do that, oh my gosh, it is a headache. But for 2019, because we like bought a house and we were moving and we had to keep the business going and all of that stuff, I just didn't have time or the mental space to like add on another thing I had to remember. But I don't know if I'm going to be better for 2020. I do not know if I will remember or have the motivation to do what I'm supposed to do, so we will see about that. Yeah. Anyways, good luck to everybody else doing taxes, or if you've already done your taxes, good job. I'm so proud of you. Wish me luck. But yeah, I guess like we're just gonna follow the same thing I kind of did last time, where we just talk about life for a little bit, and then we'll talk about projects, and then we'll talk about some of the yarn in the back and where we're gonna be going as far as shows and stuff. Oh, what has been new? Well, since episode 20, Queen Bee and I have decided to start a light workout regimen. So we have started going for walks every morning. We have some farm dogs out in our barn, and we all take shifts doing like their different like let outs and running around and feeding them and all that stuff. And I do them in the morning. So when we go out in the morning, I let them out for the morning, take care of them and all that stuff. And then Queen Bee and I go out and we get Lottie and Jinx, which are two of them. Jinx is our border collie and Lottie is a little cute Shetland sheepdog. And we grab those two because they're the best walkers, and we are not the best walkers. So we need dogs that are good walkers. The other two Shelties are Rosie, who's very old. She's got to be like 15, 16. And Solis. And Solis is just stubborn. Like, Solis doesn't like to listen that well. So we let Haliana and Elijah or Sarah, SamBee, Baby Bee, SamBee, Eli-Bee, we let them walk the other two because we're just not as experienced. But once we become better experienced, we'll be able to do the shifts with the other dogs. But we've been walking in our back field. I did a little bit of filming of that in one of our Vlogmas episodes this past Christmas, so if you want to check in on that. But it was all in corn this past year, so it's kind of rough to walk in. There's been a lot of snow, so it's been a workout. Today and yesterday, Queen Bee and I just walked like through our neighborhood, and we walked like down the streets and whatever, and it's been really nice weather, but it's kind of muddy, so we didn't want to take the dogs out back. And let me tell you, we walk like 3 times the distance on the road, and I do not feel as tired as if just walking for literally 10 minutes out in the field, stomping through the snow. That is such a workout. A little bit of health chat, because some of you know that I'm a type 1 diabetic. Well, because I'm a type 1 diabetic, my primary care physician is convinced that my cholesterol levels need to be really, really low, like perfection low. And I mean, I'm a normal person that likes to eat normal food. I mean, I don't know what he wants me to eat all the time, but like his thing is he really wants me to get on cholesterol medication. Well, I am not going to get on cholesterol medication. I am just not going to do that. I am only 27 and my cholesterol is technically fine for a normal person, but because I'm a diabetic, he says that I'm at increased risk for heart disease. Okay, yeah, like I am, but I don't want to deal with it. So, like statins have really bad side effects. I asked him in the office, I'm like, so what are the side effects for that? And he's like, oh, just like muscle cramps and joint pain. And I literally just got my like chronic pain under control. Like, I don't know if it was like the moving situation and like all of the chronic stress I was under for like years and years of my life, but I had the worst like inflammation. Like technically my blood work looked like I had like some sort of severe inflammatory like autoimmune disease. I do have an autoimmune disease, it's type 1 diabetes, but like it looked like I had something else too. But I think it was just a stress because all of my blood work for like a diagnosis did not like show anything specific. So that was great. I started taking these like natural supplement, turmeric supplements. Oh my gosh, I'm not getting paid for this, but those were life-changing. As soon as I started taking them, and I have to credit like one of our supporters and friends, Allison, who told me about this. They are from Anabolic Laboratories, and it's called ProEns, and I take like 2 or 3 tablets a day, and oh my gosh, let me tell you, I've been living with chronic pain for about like since I was probably 9 or 10. I got into a car accident and I've been feeling it since then. So I mean, over 15 years I've been in chronic pain, like pain every single day of my life, sometimes like so bad that I couldn't move. But taking those pills, oh my gosh, seriously. And all it is turmeric like powder and I think some ginger in there. Seriously, look into it. I will put the name in the description. Like, life-changing. But anyways, I just got it under control. My doctor is like, oh, you'll just have some like muscle pain and whatever. And I'm like, listen, for the first time in my life, I'm not in pain. Like, for the first time I can remember, I am not in pain. I'm not going back. Like, we're not doing that. So Gravy and I decided we're going to start walking a lot. And we will see how that goes. Hopefully I keep with it. We are trying to keep each other like really on top of it. Like yesterday she wanted to take a day off because it was Sunday, and today I just woke up feeling awful because I hadn't been sleeping well and I wanted to take a day off, and she said nope. And I'm so glad that we didn't take the day off either day. I feel so good. Weirdly feel very energized, but you know, that's the thing, when you're not in chronic pain anymore, you feel like you have more energy that you can go and work out. So there is that. I do not know what my doctor's thinking. Like, just seriously, I'm not going to take anything that's going to put me in pain. I'm not going back. If I can help it, I'm never going back. But anyways, sorry if that was a lot of chat you didn't want to hear about, but I told you it's going to be a real life podcast. This is the fiber business. This is real people, real family business. And yeah, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, Queen Bee and SamBee made kombucha today. SamBee has been growing SCOBY, which is like the starter stuff. I am so sorry. I do not really understand kombucha at all and how that works. But anyways, there's like some kind of like probiotic thingy that grows in it, right? Okay, and then SamBee lives in this jar. It looks like this disc of blubber. Okay, it's really gross looking. And it lives in this jar where it ferments and it grows the starter for your kombucha drink that you want to have. And SamBee somehow has like an army of them. Like, they just keep growing more and more SamBees. Like, apparently other people have a problem growing SamBee. SamBee could start a business just growing SamBee. I don't know. There's like just a million of these fat, blubbery things. And the other day she had to take some of them out because there wasn't any room for the starter, which is, the starter is just the like, I don't want to say juice, but like, yeah, the juice that is in with the SamBee, and I guess you put a little bit of that in with your kombucha. I don't know how that works. Anyways, she was explaining to me that if her jar is filled with SamBees, there's not enough room for her starter and her kombucha to be in there. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So she took them all out, and they smell like very vinegary. Apparently some people eat this stuff, but I don't know. Apparently animals like to eat it, so I tried to give some to Peach. She'll eat almost anything. She was not having it. She kept trying to eat it, and then she kept spitting it back out like, no, we can't do this. And you're so cute over there. Why don't you come here? Come here. She's so cute, but she won't come by me. Anyways, yes, kombucha. So I don't know how their adventure went. I was upstairs putting on makeup for the podcast, because otherwise if I don't put it on and I have to edit this, or I have to watch it later to make sure where I need to edit. Anyways, I don't like looking at my face, so I put on makeup to try to make it a little bit better. I did put on a little more lipstick than I normally would, but I have like, I think I have very thin lips, and the shape of them is not great for putting on lipstick, so anytime I do it, it always ends up a little different. I keep looking in the thing even though I'm not wearing my glasses, and I can't even see what the thing looks like. I just see blurry shapes of me and yarn. And I don't know why those dogs are barking. Anyways, sorry about that. They must be doing chores. So they left Ruben and Sonia in their crates in the garage, and yeah, I don't know. So, more about real life stuff. We've just been working on getting yarn ready, you guys. Like, we've been working on getting the stock pretty much set for the first few shows in, well, the first show in February, and then building up until YarnCon, basically, because I think after the Midwest Fiber Frolic, which is Valentine's Day weekend in Milwaukee, then I think our next show isn't until, yeah, I don't think it's until YarnCon in Chicago, but yeah, so that's what I brought in the back, and I can't wait to show you guys that. But yeah, I don't think we've been doing much else other than just working towards that. Oh, we've been sorting through some of the last stuff from moving, that like boxes that we're unpacking for the house. And that's fun. I got a desk brought up into my room, except the problem with the desk is it's a really dark brown, and it's not like a natural brown finish, it's like a chocolatey brown paint. And I'm not crazy about that because my bed frame is white. My I have a few shelves in there that are white. I have a, you know, my the molding and everything in my bedroom though is natural pine, like that door that you see behind me, and just finished or whatever like that. And I have one big shelving unit that's like just like a matte stain, but that same similar color. Oh, and now I have this like big chocolate brown desk, but I needed a desk. I don't have a chair yet, so I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. But my room is kind of small. It's a little smaller than a 10 by 10. But that's fine because the house is pretty nice. So like I get to, like if I'm working on stuff, I pretty much am downstairs working, and my bedroom's upstairs. Yeah, and I don't really feel the need to like hang out in my bedroom that much, but I kind of wanted a desk so I can sit and do my makeup these few times I do my makeup and work on stuff if I really need to be like in peace and quiet and work on like computer stuff or what have you. So we did that. Joey and Elijah brought that up to my room, and they also brought up a little blue shelf. And it's just, when I say shelves, they're just like little shelf units that, I don't know, are very classic. They're just, you know, maybe 3 feet tall and maybe 3 feet wide, maybe a little wider, maybe a little taller, but they're not very deep. They're like maybe a foot deep. And they don't have a back to them, so they're all pretty much just open. And I've been planning to put like, I'm hoping to put like some of my stash on there because I kind of want to keep my stash where I can see it, but I don't know. I have to figure out where to put my clothes. I have to go through my clothes again and figure out what I really want to keep. I want a cuter way to keep my sweaters and like my hand knits. And I've been thinking about like for shawls and scarves and stuff, maybe getting a like they have like these decorative like blanket ladders or whatever, and basically it's just a ladder, right? And people will hang like towels or blankets or scarves on them. A lot of times silk scarves, but since like for hand knitter, that would be a good option for knit accessories and stuff. So I've been thinking about getting one of those. Tax season, so we don't have really any money to spend right now on excessive things, but I'm hoping to get my room set up to the point where I could film up there and I wouldn't feel weird about it. So that is the goal as far as that. And sorry, I just looked over at Peach. She's just like popping from one armchair to the other. Anyways, and napping. Weirdo. How about we talk about projects now? Okay, so I'm going to show you some stuff as is now customary that I am working on, as well as the other bees. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about spinning. So I brought some spinning stuff, but I'll save that for after I talk about the other knitting and no, it's only knitting projects right now. So let's catch up with some stuff from last time. So in the Hobbit bag, we have Queen Bee's pair of socks that she is working on for Bro Bee. So that's my youngest sibling, Joey. And I showed this colorway last time. Oh, on here is this super cute little bunny. Oh, it's hard for me to show this. It's like a little bunny and it holds your yarn ends. And that is by Crafty Flutterby Creations. She does, if you haven't heard about her, she does cute little like accessories, shawl pins, and stuff like that. And she comes up with these really cute ideas. She's super sweet. Michelle is super sweet. But anyways, these massive socks, okay? Like, these are massive. This, I didn't say last time, but this is actually our Ramsay Bolton colorway from our Game of Thrones collection. And a, oh, what's this called? Scarlet Fever heel and toe mini. But these are giant, and they are in our Coquette sock base, which I highly recommend for knitting socks, especially for men, because it is very, very sturdy. Oh, look, and then there's little sheep too. I don't know if you can see those because they're black, but they are also those little yarn end holders. So Queen Bee is almost done with that. She just has the toe decrease left, and then she can start on the second sock, which is pretty exciting. Joey only found out the other day that those were for him, and he like was so excited, which is super cute for a 17-year-old boy who like is usually like pretty chill and pretty like laid back and whatever, and that's just Joey, and he was like super excited about the socks. It was so cute watching him try them on. And then I think, oh, I wanted to show the magic cake cowl that Queen Bee finished. I'll be right back. Okay, I found the things. Yeah, you sniffing these? You're sniffing these? You want to come up? Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Okay. Anyways. I mentioned this in previous podcasts. Yes, back to business. I mentioned that we were all working on magic cake cowls out of Zauber balls by, I forget the name of that company. I will put it in the description below. But anyways, I mentioned that Queen Bee was working on a super cute one. This is hers. Finished. Super, super cute. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a little bit of blue in there too. It's like just so strawberry patchy and just super cute. But I showed the whip in, I think it might have been episode 18. But yeah, I also wanted to show another one Baby Bee did, okay? So I showed that one, hers that is finished out of the Zauber ball in the last episode, episode 20. I didn't get to show this one that she did. She knit this during Christmas time for SamBee. This was a surprise birthday present, and this is our Boromir Captain of the White Tower colorway, and it is on our shimmer sock base. So shimmer sock is a superwash merino nylon sparkle silk blend. It's super squashy. It's a lot like our coquette sock in the way that it just behaves, but it is sparkly and a little silky too. But yeah, isn't this pretty? And I mentioned last time that Baby Bee just has a very loose gauge when she knits, so you can see that this one, she used a full skein, and then she had to bind off using a little bit of a cranberry mega mini. So that's her bind off edge. I mean, it matches pretty much perfectly, but yeah, she ran out of yarn. Yeah, but they're super cute. So those are finished objects, and oh my god, you guys have to see this. She's literally sleeping in my project bag. It's too cute. Hi, honey. Are you having a rough day? You worked so hard. She works so hard every day. Anyways, sorry I can't keep that focused on her. But anyways, oh no, my yarns fell. No. Stay yarns. I got to get a good amount of my magic cake. Oh, sorry, this is so weird. It's hard to readjust it after showing you sleeping Baba Dutchie. You sleeping Dutch? Sorry, so distracted. I got to get a few more inches done on my magic cake cowl, which I hadn't been working on for a while, and that's in the project bag she's sleeping on, so I have to disrupt her sleeping. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. Look at how cute those colors are. I'm so excited about it. I really like purples. Jewel and earth tones are very much like my thing. I mean, I love all colors though. I will literally wear all colors, but I love it. It's super cute. And yes, this is in one of my Wuthering sheep bags that I got for Christmas. Super cute. And I've shown these before, but she does like a different lining on the inside for her print ones. And then it also has a divider, and this has a and this is a sewn in divider, also zippered pouch. And then she also puts in the 2 yarn guides on the sides, so you can see that with the little blue buttons. But yeah, they're just super cute bags. I have this on my Northern Lights 5-inch Diac Craft needles. And I have an assortment of colors of these. So these ones are black. They also have black nickel needles. I do not use the black nickel ones because I have a nickel sensitivity / allergy. I know I can't wear it for jewelry, so I have not tested the needles, but I've heard that if you have an allergy to wearing certain jewelry, that working with that kind of metal or wearing it can just irritate your hands. So I have not used those both, though I have heard great things about them. But yes, these are their anodized aluminum needles. They're super lightweight and they're just beautiful. SamBee has also been working on her cute Geisha bag. I've shown this in a previous episode too. She is a little farther than I am, but look at how cool this is knitting up. Look at how vibrant that is. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Anyways, this one is just really super neat. And she's working with this on her Northern Light needles. So she has a set of golds. And yeah. They're also Diac Craft, Northern Light. What else did I want to say about them? Yeah, the anodized aluminum. Just super nice. But hers is so cool. Like, this is just so striking. Like, hers is definitely the most striking out of all of them. And I'm excited to see it on her. I'm just, like, admiring it. But, yeah, she said that she has, like, 50 rows to do before the edging, I think she said. Maybe I misheard her, but she was talking about it yesterday or this morning. See, that's how scatterbrained I am. I cannot even remember. So, let's straighten that out. So that's what's up with the 4 Magic Cake cowls that we were working on. I showed in last episode how Queen Bee was working on her weekender sweater. And oh, I also want to show you, look at this cute little idea she had. I will tell you about that in a minute. Her weekender, we had a few complications with this weekender. That was Brobee. I don't know why he came in and then he seemed shocked to see me and then he left. Okay. She is working on it, on her Diac Craft Darn Pretty needles. So this is, Darn Pretty needles are their line of hand-turned wood needles. and these are a lace tip. I do not think they do lace tips on their metal needles, but on their woods they do lace tips. And these are 5-inch. And I showed them last time, but they were a birthday present. I think last year we got them for Queen Bee for her birthday. Anyways, her weekender is coming along. She is currently working on the hem, which is a knit one, purl one border, if you're not familiar with the pattern. We picked up and knit that. So otherwise you have to do a tubular cast on, and the gauge she had for the first few times she tried to knit the sweater, it was just turning out too big, so she had to keep going down needle sizes, and by like the second or third time she was like, I don't want to do a tubular cast on again. And I was like, that's fine, tubular bind off is easier. So she knit the whole sweater, and then we picked up the front, and she is knitting that, and then I will tubular bind off that for her, since I'm like the Kitchener person in the house, because I've just been doing it for everyone, and I don't know, I just ended up being the person to do it. The back has not been done yet, but yeah, then she's gonna do the sleeves, and she's hoping to have this done by Midwest Fiber Frolic to show off. I have the details. I'll have the details for the yarns we used in the show notes below, in the details of the video. But this is our strawberry jumbo color in Coquette Sock, and our I'll Await Your Owl color in Coquette Sock, held double to make a worsted yarn. But isn't it cute? Don't you think it would look so good on me? Queen Bee's watching this, and now she knows. No, she's not gonna give it to me. But I also wanted to show this cute idea that Queen Bee just had. So we go to, I don't know if you can see this, but this has a bunch of these cute little different shapes and sized plastic stitch markers on it. And I also put her little gingerbread cookie cutter progress keeper on there too. That was on her sweater, but when I was picking up for her, I put it on here. But anyways, she had this brilliant idea. She made, how many of these? 9, I think, in total, of these little safety pin stitch marker collections. And she's like, just put them in like your favorite project bags, so that way when you cast on, you don't have to be like, oh no, I don't have a stitch marker. You can just spontaneously cast on. So she made 1 each for, oh no, she must have done 12. 1 each for her, me, Sen, and Baby Bee. So yeah, 12 for 3 each. And yeah, it was just super cute, super good idea. And yeah, it's just kind of cute to have them pinned inside there. And they're bright, so they just kind of like make me smile. But I think that that's a good idea to share for like, and even if you have projects, I wasn't say project keepers, but that too. But if you have like stitch markers that are themed for certain bags, if you did that, you could always keep them together. I think that's a cute idea. Anyway, I think she's going to be getting that sweater done pretty soon. And other projects going on are, I casted on something new. For Christmas, I had asked for some West Yorkshire Spinners yarn. So they make some really cute sock yarn, and they are based out of England. And so they use real British BFL, blue-faced Leicester wool. And the yarn is just so nice and woolly and sturdy feeling. And Queen Bee got this at one of our local yarn shops for me. And I did not have any idea how this was gonna knit up. Look at how cute it is! Is this not so precious? Oh my gosh. Also, funny story, I started knitting this. I did my 2x2 rib because I do not like really how 1x1 ribs look normally. I just think that they look kind of messy unless you do a twisted rib, and I did not want to go through that trouble. So I just did my classic 2x2. And then I was watching a show and I got a little distracted and I got down to like maybe this second teal color, and I was like, okay, I guess this is just gonna be a ribbed sock because I just didn't switch to anything else and I didn't want to undo it. So there you go. Also, I didn't want to make it like an extra long rib because I don't know, then it would have looked weird, I think. So I don't know, I'm just going with it. It's just gonna be a ribbed sock, but I think it's super cute. I really, really like how it's knitting up. But yes, and these I am knitting on my Diag Craft Heavy Metal needles on a size US 0. I don't know that in millimeters. Sorry, I don't ever say in millimeters because I just don't know. My favorite sock needles. Just my favorite needles. When people ask, it's just Diag Craft. They're seriously just so good. Just so easy to knit with too. But yes, I am trying my new method of knitting socks with this. So I'm going to finish knitting my 8-inch leg, which is what I normally do for a leg. And then I am going to put these on hold, and it works great with my new bag. Isn't this cute? I haven't shown this one yet, but I've had it for a while. I just haven't used it, but they're having a little strawberry party. How cute is that? Because Wuthering Sheep puts this divider in here, I just put an extra, along with the name of the yarn, an extra cord. Can you even see that? I put an extra cord in there. So when I finish this step of this sock, I'm going to take off the needles and I'm going to just put it in the bag, and then I'm going to cast on with this other one, the other sock, my second sock, and I'm going to knit the 8 inches, and then I'm going to do the heel on that one, then switch back to this one and do the heel on this one, and then do the foot, and then go to the other one and do the foot. So that way hopefully I keep a similar gauge, but I don't have to do 2 at a time socks. But I just realized I am going to have to make 2 different balls of yarn. Why didn't I think about that before? Good thing I thought about it now, but yeah, I'm going to have to break this and do a ball, a center pull ball out of it, which I'm actually fine with because this ball is kind of a pain in the butt. I'm having to pull from the outside, which sometimes I opt to do out of my cakes, yarn ball cakes anyway, but I really wanted to pull center pull from this, and I could not find the end to save the life of me, like from the center. I don't know if they even like keep it in a way you could find, but the outer one was very clearly like set aside. So I guess that's that, but yeah, you know, now that I'm thinking about having to wind the second ball and I didn't do it, maybe I'm just going to have to do this the classic way of making socks. No, I'm not. I'm gonna try my new way. I'm just gonna have to go through the pain of winding this ball now and breaking the yarn that I didn't really want to do, but when you're doing the heel, it doesn't really matter anyway. Sorry. I am I can't believe I didn't think about that. Well, you know what? It's a new thing I am trying out. You might be thinking, Sam, why don't you just do 2 at a time? Because having 2 balls at the same exact time knitting with an extra long magic loop cord and pulling from 2 different ends like that just sounds like a mess waiting to happen for me. So, oh man, excuse me. So I'm not gonna do that. But And then the last project, knitting project I wanted to show you is Queen Bee just cast on a new sample 3-color Mountains of Minis wrap. So this pattern classically is done, oh, and she's using her Heaven and Earth, that's the name of these darn pretty needles, this color, the same as the other ones that she's doing her sweater on. This pattern is originally done in mini skeins, but it looks really good faded too in 3 colors, and we had one as a sample out of our Safe Harbor, which is in the shop right now, Outlander color, and our King in the North and King's Landing Game of Thrones colors. But we won't have any, oh man, I am so sorry, I keep yawning. We won't have any of those this year at shows. So she is using Hagrid, Ginny Weasley, which I'm super excited about this color. This is new and it is so cute. It is brown and white with red, like maroony and orange speckles. Super, super cute. And just like a favorite, just a classic favorite, is Hermione. And this one was new last year. But I love this Hermione color. It's beautiful. I would do a whole sweater out of that color scheme. Whether I broke it down and did like a color worked sweater, or I think that sweater would be super cute in just the variegated. Like even if it pools, super cute. But Queen Bee has this in a Vera Bradley bag that we found at a thrift store. But look at our cute little stitch markers on there. Or not stitch markers, buttons. What am I saying? Some of them, well, one of them is from our club and the other ones are all little Miyazaki ones that we bought probably at Anime Central, I think is where she got those. But that is a like anime convention that's in Chicago that we've gone a couple of times just for fun. But yeah. And what time are we at? Because I wanted to show you spinning, but if it's getting to be super late, maybe you guys don't want to see it. Yeah, it's at 40, we're at 47 minutes. Oh man, I will show you a little bit of spinning because I've been dying to show you the spinning for so long. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I have been working on this Rolag set. Okay. This cute bag is from, she's Christy P with 3 on Instagram, but I forget what the name of her like bag Etsy shop business is. I don't know if she's still making bags, but she has Cormo sheep and she's from more central Illinois, and I love this bag. But I was keeping my tag for the Rolags. This was our Cheshire Cat color, and one of my turtles that got kind of crushed, and this is all out of our own Cormo yarn. I was doing, because when we do our Rolags, we do 2 ounces and 4 Rolags. So each one is about half an ounce. So I am on my very last Rolag and my turtle is kind of taken apart. But I haven't been working on this in forever because when we started moving, I just like didn't have time. And yeah, when I put away my where's my little thingy? When I put away my turtles, and my turtles is what you call your little finished Turkish drop spindle ball. when I put away my turtle, and even when it's on the Turkish spindle, I will take this part out while I'm storing it, just so there's no chance of this getting broken. But yeah, I am going to start spinning again. Now that I kind of have my life in order, I want to finish this, finally finish this cute little neon one and ply it. I will probably ply it on the spinning wheel though, on my Spinolution Firefly, just because I don't want to ply on the spindle. They're not technically, it's not, I don't use it as a drop spindle. I use it as a support spindle. But yeah, I've been wanting to show you guys how I do that, because I mentioned literally like when I started this podcast that I spin with like a supported spindle method with these, and I really want to demonstrate that. So if you are interested in seeing that, oh, this has something on it, sorry, got distracted. It had like a little roughness for some reason. If you want to see that, you should leave a comment. I'm thinking of doing kind of like a how to spin yarn little mini series too, because I think that would be fun and also just helpful, I think, because not a lot of people do spin yarn, and I know that I learned spinning, or not spinning, but knitting, and even some crochet techniques through YouTube specifically. So I would like to just show people how I spin yarn, because I feel like not everybody does it the same way, and I've been doing that longer than I've been crocheting or knitting regularly. So I feel like maybe I could share some of my tips and tricks, especially with spinning supported. So yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely leave a comment about that so I know. And even if nobody leaves a comment about that, I will probably just do it anyway. So that's one spindle project. And then I wanted to show you this other one. So I'm keeping it in this bag by Twisted Yarn and Fiber. I made an Instagram post about this recently. And I'm spinning these batlings on this adorable little acorn support spindle. The other one, the Turkish drop spindle, is by Schneider Spindles. So Schneider Spindles, I will put all of that below. But this one is by Woodland Woodworking, and it's a husband and wife and family group that we met at Rhinebeck. They were next to us, their booth. And his woodworking business is called Woodland Woodworking, but she does fiber processing, and she calls it the Woodland Pixie fiber, I guess. I will put that all below. But this whole collection of, I don't know if you can see them super well through the bag. I don't want to take them all out, but you can see they're like oranges, black, gray, and blue. These are called Fires of Barad-dûr, which is from Mordor in the Lord of the Rings. So I saw these and I said, like, if they haven't sold by the end of Rhinebeck, I need them. And also, I just thought that this was adorable. Like, this is just so cute. So I'm kind of spending a little bit more heavy on this. I'm still trying to get the hang of spinning on a, like, Russian style support spindle. The Turkish spindle, when I spin that supported, I feel like it has a little bit more balance because it has the wings and then the weight of the turtle on it. So yeah, I need to practice with this a little bit more, which I might actually do after I hang up. Goodness gracious, after I turn off the podcast. Hang up. It is just a wild day. It is just a wild day. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I might do a several series. Like once I get the hang of the regular Russian type style spindle, I might do like spinning on a wheel, spinning on an e-spinner, spinning on a Turkish supported versus Turkish drop, and etc. Because there are a lot of tips and tricks for all of those. So that's like actually a really good idea for like a little like video series I would like to do. I think that would be fun. And I love spinning. Spinning is just like, it's so calming. I love to knit and I love to crochet, and I do find those calming, but there's something about spinning that is just, it's my first love. It's my first fiber love. I fell in love with the fiber arts actually watching someone on a spinning wheel. It was actually Penny from Wool Warp and Wheel in Richmond, Illinois. They have a yarn shop there. And this was before they had their yarn shop. And I saw her spinning at a craft show when we did craft shows. And I was little. I was like 8 or 9, I think. And I was so enamored with it. And I wanted a scarlet red shawl so badly. Like, this was before shawls were like really in style. Like an 8-year-old. What the heck was I thinking? But just watching her spin on her, she had like a castle style spinning wheel. I think it was a Jensen. I believe she still has it in their yarn shop. And yeah, like, I don't know, 9 years later or something, I learned to spin from her. Literally. And it took us a while to put 2 and 2 together because that was so long ago. And then it just kind of all worked out. And yeah, those are the people who taught me how to spin. I had kind of self-taught myself though how to spin on a Turkish spindle. It's an Ashford one and it's rather big. I have it packed away, but I will show you guys. If I end up doing this video series, I will show you that one because that one's got a hook at the top, so it's a little easier to drop spin because you don't have to do the slip knot. But yeah, if you don't know anything about spinning and you're just like over your head right now, you should spin because it is wonderful. Some people don't like it, but that's, I mean, some people don't like crocheting, some people don't like knitting. I mean, I don't know, but I love to do it. So I will do some sort of spinning series, I think. But anyways, let's talk about this yarn I've had behind me. So also, you guys have to see this. Paige, wake up! God. She does not even work around here. Lazy. Come here. You want to say hello? She says, no, I wanted to sleep. Hello. 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 She's like, Mama, what? Mama, what? Say hello. Cutting the wool. Isn't she cute, though? She's a brat, but she's so cute. I'm in one of those moods where I just want to go in bed and snuggle my dog all day. Yeah, I do. And she's like, can I just go back to sleep? Fine. I wanted to talk to you guys also about, sorry for moving the camera around, our Bumble worsted sock base, or yarn base. It is not sock. It is worsted. Bumble worsted. So Bumble worsted is a 100% USA raised Tarhi wool, non-superwash. Did I say that? Worsted yarn that we carry. It is beautiful. And if you have seen our color online called My Bloody Valentine, you will know that it does not have this pinky color in it. And so I figured this was a great time to tell you guys how different bases, different wools, different spins, and superwash versus non-superwash will take a color differently. So this one has this punchy pink color in it, and where the speckles went on, it kind of lost its definition and also faded to that punchy color. That is just something that can happen. So I am taking this color, this base, out of the shop for this color. So it will no longer be an option, but we didn't know until we did it, because I've mentioned before that Queen Bee and SamBee dye using a bunch of different methods. So this is just one method where the colors are just not popping the way that they should. They're just not taking the way that they should, and so we would not sell this online. I might bring it to shows to sell because it's still a beautiful color. It doesn't look like blood necessarily, but it looks still pretty. Like like I would do something with this myself. I think that it's pretty with this pink tone. I kind of like it actually a lot. So I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. But I just wanted to like explain that sometimes that happens for all dyers, especially when you're trying a new base, a new wool, a new spin. Everything affects it. So yeah. We have over here, and these are colors. So that one is online right now in other bases, not Bumble worsted. But I did want to show you guys some of the stuff we are bringing to the Midwest Fiber Frolic. So we are bringing brand new Downton Abbey colors. Look at these! Okay. These are seriously pretty. So why are you looking at me like that? Peach is like, are you talking to me? No, I'm not. So these are Anna and Bates, Downton Abbey. So this is inspired by the grounds at Downton, and you'll see that that is a very soft buttery yellow that meets up with almost a silvery and then a green. So it's, yeah, inspired by that grounds and like the outside architecture of Downton Abbey itself. And it's just super pretty. I just think that this makes just a really nice classic color. And it goes very, very well with Anna and Bates. So Anna and Bates is like dark charcoal gray black for Bates and Anna's outfits. But we wanted to do something just a little lively and pretty, so we gave them this florally tone and also the same kind of colors that are in the Downton Abbey skein, because otherwise you almost only ever see them wearing their black and gray uniforms. So we thought it would be fun to give them a little bit of a flowery speckle and yeah, just like capture the feel of them. They're very loving and classic and just steady and beautiful and as a couple. So these two would fade together beautifully. Also, what would fade together beautifully in this, I mean, look at that. Just look at that. Ah, it looks beautiful. This is Daisy and Andy. Also with a little bit of gray, that greeny color that you see, it's kind of that Martha Stewart-y green, that like the kitchen in Downton Abbey is kind of that color. And Daisy almost always wears this mauvey pink whenever she's out of uniform. She's like almost always wearing that color. And Andy, of course, wears his gray uniform. But these are beautiful. I am so excited to share with you guys the whole collection that we currently are working on for the full 2020 show season for Downton Abbey, but it's going to be a lot of new colors. I love Downton Abbey. It's just, I just love that show. It is so good. And then I brought 2 other ones that we've been working on this week. So this is Belrog. Okay, and I do not know if, okay, now it looks like it's focused. If the lighting is going to capture this right, but it is this deep red, a little bit of a fiery orange down here, and black. I mean, when you look at the Belrog being like that molten lava look from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am sorry, but look at the pretty yarn anyway. This is just what what SamBee imagined, because she came up with this one. Is it not divine? And it's showing up a little bright online. It's a little bit more, see how like deeper it is now? That's kind of like, I mean, it's vibrant, but not, I don't know. It's still deep. But yeah, it's so beautiful. This is one of the ones I'm most excited about because we've never really had a color like this before. I know that SamBee tried out several new techniques to make this. It's just so pretty. Oh, I just love it. It really does look like molten lava to me. I just love it. And then here we have, and I wasn't sure how this was going to show up on camera, but it looks like it is showing up spectacularly. This was a Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers color, and it was also in the Advent. Belrog and all 3 of those colors were also in their respective Advents. But this is Polyjuice Potion. So Polyjuice Potion is murky, but also has these pops of magical colors in them. And I am just so excited to see this knit up. I've seen samples of it like knit up in the Speltus wrap, which was the mystery knit along for the 2019 Advent. So I've seen it knit up in that, but we are going to do a sample with this and Magical Me, which is another new one that I showed in episode 20. And we are going to do a 2-color gathering shawl with them, and I am just so excited. Like, this would make a beautiful sweater, like, hands down, especially if you marled it on itself. Oh my gosh, it would look like iridescent, but have those little pops of color. Oh my gosh, I'm just so excited about this one. I'm excited about all of them. It's been kind of fun the past 2 years, bringing like over half of the show inventory is like new colors that we haven't brought to shows before, and that's really fun. It makes things a little more exciting, I think, for us and hopefully for you guys too. But it's meant that we have to knit a lot of new samples because almost all of our colors are the old samples, almost all of them are not being brought this year. So yeah, like we used to have a 2-color gathering shawl in Mrs. Weasley and I'll Await Your Owl, and that one is beautiful. But even though Mrs. Weasley is Mrs. Weasley's Knits is the official name of that color, is a really good like seller. It's a very popular color. It's super cool looking. But we just wanted to bring some new stuff, and so we had to we had to drop some things this year. So Mrs. Weasley will not be returning. And now we need to make a new sample. But just look at this. Oh, I love it. Anyways, that's that for today. I'm sorry for like this wild, crazy, weird podcast that's been all over the place. Oh, I did want to mention that we do have a knit along going on right now in our Ravelry group. It's for the Bubble Hearts cowl. I'll put links to that below. Yeah, some people have been making some really cute stuff, so that's exciting. And kits for that are still in the shop. But other than that, yeah, that's all for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed just this random chatting video where I was so scatterbrained and kind of like crazy in the beginning of it, but that's life. And yeah, I hope you guys get caught in the wool with your own wool at home and make something beautiful. You can tag me on Instagram with hashtag caught in the wool or hashtag Bumblebee Acres or both, and I can see like what you guys are working on and what you've been caught in the wool with, which I think would be a lot of fun. And yeah, anyways, you guys have a great rest of your week. And oh yeah, and if you're in the Milwaukee area, definitely come by the Midwest Fiber Frolic because it would be awesome to see you guys there. We are doing the sorry, I know I was ending this, but we are doing the Saturday night after party, which is basically just a big open to all knit together hangout, knit night, crochet night, bring your portable weaving spinning night. Yeah, at the hotel where the event is held. So if you want to join us for that on Saturday night, I think that's February 15th, definitely do that too. But now I will officially end this. You guys have a great rest of your week. Bye!